All right, guys, so we are here again. And this, what I'm showing you here is this is the back band that came with my Aero hunter, or that I ordered for my Aero hunter. And the one thing that I saw at the Deer Fest was Ernie had his back band going through the carabiner right here. So this strap going through the carabiner as opposed to the Prusik Knots. The Prusik Knots seem to work pretty good. Sometimes they slip on this. If you can see that slipping right there. Doesn't want to grab. But the biggest issue with these is, and I've had this happen already, is without any like O-ring on here, these things come undone and then they fall right off. So I found one laying on the ground already once after doing a video. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to convert this Aero hunter with the brackets that they have on here. I'm going to convert it to go through the carabiner. And I would hook that on as I'm hooking on my bridge for my saddle at the same time and just let it hang loose, and then I can adjust it afterwards. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this in the workshop. We're going to break out the sewing machine and we're going to be doing some sewing. All right, guys, I will see you in the workshop and then we'll come back out and test it. All right. Hey guys, how are you? So a second ago you saw me sitting in my Aero Hunter Flex, and I was showing you the back band and how I want to convert that to the same way Tethrd is doing their back bands now. When I was at Deer Fest 2019, I went by the Tethrd booth and I was talking with Ernie. They had me get in their saddle, and then he handed me their back band. And their back band, rather than going around your back, as I showed you on the tree, and hooking to the Prusik Knots on your bridge, they go all the way up to your tether and go through the carabiner on your tether, which is kind of nice. The Prusik Knots really don't grab as good on the webbing as they do on a rope. They do grab, but they do slip a little bit, and I think you saw that when I was showing you when I was in the tree. But what we're going to do is change this Aero hunter to the way Tethrd does theirs, and Ernie just did a video, if you want to check out his, on how to change the one that they have, Tethrd, their first one, Gen 1, to do the same thing the Gen 2 does, going through the carabiner. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that on the Aero hunter back band. And what we're going to do is we're going to be able to cut this off. I'm just going to cut it right off here. We're going to be able to reuse this. We're going to flip it around and we're going to sew this together. And I'll show you this more in detail. And then we've got, I bought a just a ratchet strap. And I'm going to basically cut this. I'm going to use this camo strap to make my loop that'll go through the carabiner. And we're going to do sewing with Mark on my Singer heavy-duty sewing machine. Second time I've used it. I made a long lead for Sadie, our new lab. And we're going to see how this goes. So nobody judging me on my sewing skills, all right? So let's go to the sewing machine. We're going to cut this thing up and we're going to sew it back together and we will be good to go. All right. Okay, guys, so here is the hookup for the current Aero hunter. You've got two of these on your back band. And what we are going to do is we are going to cut this portion off of here. We're not going to need this because we're going to be going right to the carabiner. So let's just cut this off. This is not a life-saving device. So this is really just for your resting on your back, to give you support on your back. This is not keep you in the tree, all right? So I'm going to take these off. We are not going to need these, but we will save these because these are nice little brackets. All right, so here we go now. So we've got this here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this around. So we're just going to take it off. And since they've got this folded over with a little elastic cord, we're going to keep that elastic cord too. Pull it through. There we go. Oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. And we're going to pull it all the way through again. All right, and we're going to take this other one off also. I'm trying to do this up close so you guys see what I'm doing. All right. All right, guys, so I cut off 4 1/4 off each side. And then on this side, I put the elastic band back through and just put a tack stitch across here, back and forth a couple times. So that's going to be, so when we fold it up, we can tie it off. Then I put it through our latch. Sorry, I bumped the camera there. Put it through our latch, going under, or over this back part, under, and then back over. And then all we're going to do is we're going to, I drew this box stitch. We're going to go over to the sewing machine and we're going to follow this gray line and put a stitch in here. Got a presser foot on there so it keeps everything nice and tight. I put a back stitch in there. And guys, we are all done. We can see that stitch in there. Looks pretty good. We're going to cut off all these little extras. And we are good to go. Hey guys, so we are done with the first portion of this, so the Aero Hunter rest. And we've taken these off like I showed you. We've turned them around. They were facing this way. Now we've faced them this way. I cut off 4 1/4 inch of this strap that was on here, and then I rewired it through there, or restrung it through there. And then I basically drew an X and followed that X with the sewing machine. And then I just put a stitch straight down to tie up this loose end. And then on the other end, exactly the same thing. And we put the elastic band back through there so we can fold this up and make it nice and compact and hook it onto the back of our saddle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this strap that I bought at the store. We're going to cut about a 70-inch piece, maybe 65-inch, 70-inch piece. Because what I want to do with mine is I want to put some thumb loops in there. So then I can pull it and adjust it with my thumbs. And then, of course, if you need to release it, all you do is pull back on this and it will release. Let's go back to the sewing machine. All right, guys, so I'm going to thread this just like it would be when we're up in the tree. Because I want to thread it through here first, because then I'm going to put thumb loops in it. And I don't want to have to pull the thumb loops through there. So basically that's how it would be. Nice and secure. I'm pulling from both ends. And to release, you just pull up like this and it'll slide through there. So we're going to pull this through extra, so then I can put a thumb loop in here like that. All right, so let's start sewing. And there we go, guys. Got a nice little box stitch. Don't criticize me on my box stitch. Nice and tight. And we've got a nice thumb loop to be able to put our thumb through to tighten it. And we're going to do that on the other side now. Hey guys, how are you doing? So we are in the tree. And why are we here? We are finally done. Sorry for the attire, but I am basically just got home from work and had to get out here and show you the finished project on the Aero Hunter backrest. So here it is. Got the elastic band on here. So we took this and we had Prusik knots that were on our webbing, which don't grab onto the webbing as good. So we made this just like Ernie's at Tethrd, their Gen 2 going through the carabiner. So we turned the Aero Hunter into a Tethrd Gen 2 going through the carabiner. So I cut about 4 1/4 inches, you saw in the first part of the video. I put a box stitch right here. We turned this around this way, this knob. Then I used this strap and I put a box stitch right here and another little stitch here. I made it big enough for my thumbs to go through. And let's put it on and I'll show you how this works. So we're going to put it over our head. You got it up against your back. You're just going to put this through the carabiner. Just like that. You could put that on if you wanted to prior to you leaning back into the saddle. So here we are now. So to loose or to tighten, all we do is we put our thumbs through here and we pull forward. Now my back band is perfectly on my back, supporting the upper part of my back. To loosen it, all I do is pull these and it loosens. So beautiful. These right here, in case you want to put this on here, they had these at Tethrd also. Hooking it in, you can pull this in like this if you want. Let's tighten it up. Very easy, back is supported. You can pull this down if you want to bring these down a little bit like that. Just relaxing, kicking back. Deer comes in and you're like this, all you need to do is release like this and this will fall down below, down low, and you're ready for your shot. You can turn any way you want. Again, tighten it, thumbs in. Prusik knots are gone. We don't have to worry about them falling off the webbing, and this grabs on beautiful. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Be safe out in the woods and have a great day. See you on the next video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.